too many times I feel disrespected. So it's like I'm not even dancing around it now that I see it is what it is now. And it's like you continuously lie. I'm just going to say what it is. And you piss me off. That's how I feel.
It's like they got all the chances and now
it's like no more chances. There's absolutely no more chances.
Yeah, I think starting off with like you playing in my face now. I thought of that show Temptation Island.
Oh my gosh, my brother was just showing me that show. No, he's like, look at this show. And I'm like, first of all, that's insane. I'm so sorry. I'm not going on a TV show with my boyfriend or potential future fiance and then putting a random partner is like, that is crazy. And then being like, please don't cheat.
No, it's a wild. Like, I didn't know it was even like that.
That's
I didn't know
really what it's like. I'm like, this is insane, guys. I don't know if I have to do that. That's a new level now.
No, that is divorce on its own.
Thank you.
The fact that we're even in casting right now, just this is the end of our relationship.
Let's just leave because we shouldn't have to do that to figure out if we need to get married.
Here in The Cut, we challenge our guests to finish a tub of ice cream before the end of the conversation. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. My name is Adriel Smiley, a.k.a. AdrielSmiley.com, a.k.a. Adriel Smiley Official, a.k.a. The Godfather. Now, here in The Cut, we challenge our guests to finish a tub of ice cream before the end of the conversation. We have a special guest here today, nominated for a couple of Junos. Aqyila, welcome to the show.
Hi.
So talk about the ice cream that you chose and what do you feel like your chances are of actually getting this done?
So I got apple pie. I liked, the vanilla in it. I know. I don't know. Apparently, if I chose vanilla, I would have been bullied. So I did get bullied. I was going to do vanilla. But I chose apple pie because it is like one of my favorite desserts. The chances of me finishing this, very slim.
Okay.
I eat very slow. So this actually might turn into a milkshake.
I'm screaming.
Okay. It's still solid right now, but we'll see.
I personally don't judge. I think judging other people is a low vibrational behavior.
Okay.
But I would have started if you had vanilla. So thank God we don't got to go down that road.
Right.
Big shout out to Eva's Original Chimneys. They're our ice cream sponsor for all of season 3. So please go check them out. And all of you who got tummy problems, your tummy twerking, they have vegan flavors as well. So you don't even have to worry about that.
Wow, awesome.
So let's see you get started. I'm going to distract you a bit with some of these questions, but you said you were a bird eater. Is that what you called it?
Yeah, like I eat like a bird. Like I take my time. So.
Okay. Fair enough. I think I want to start with talking about self-care because once I found out you were a self-care queen, I was way more excited for this because people have said to me when they think of me, they think of self-love.
Oh, nice.
And I feel like self-love and self-care are cousins.
Yes,
in this. And of course, you still get your flowers every couple of weeks. You're still doing that? Okay, so if someone wants to build a self-care routine, what would be your advice for them? Okay, I'll give you mine just for context.
Yeah.
Mine is going to the movies.
Oh my gosh, yes.
VIP movie, put my feet up.
Put my feet up.
Yeah. Usually I fall asleep.
I do.
But it's a great sleep. And sleep counts as self-care. So someone they don't know where to start, the sun is coming out.
Yeah.
Do you have any suggestions for someone starting their self-care routine? Like what they could do?
I'm such a fan of like pampering yourself with like, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy expensive. Like I love to do like face masks, bubble baths, Epsom salt. Light a candle.
You could do all those same time.
Make yourself, all those same time. Exactly. I'm also like a fan of like wine, so I love a good like hot chocolate or wine or something. And then like if I'll order in food, if I'm feeling like I have enough energy, then I'll have a glass of wine and I'll make lasagna. Like that's my typical like self-care vibes. And watch like a favorite like rom-com because rom-coms are fun.
What's your like go-to rom-com on a self-care?
Bridesmaids. I love
Bridesmaids
that movie.
Is good.
That movie's
okay.
funny.
Okay.
There's another one. This one's not a rom-com. This one's just rude but funny. But Superbad.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can't go wrong with Superbad. Yeah.
Well.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And what else? And then if not like rom-com or like funny movies, I love action movies. So I could rewatch like Transformers like 80 times.
Like the OG Transformers with Shia LaBeouf?
Yes.
Okay,
I love the whole series. So even when they switched out the characters, I was like...
Oh, you're deep in it like that?
Yeah. I'm very much,
Wow.
I'm in the trenches with that one.
I've never heard of anyone who's that deep of a
Really?
Transformers fan.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I love Transformers.
Yeah.
So fun.
My like show for that would probably be Girlfriends.
Oh my
which,
God, yeah.
unfortunately, it's not on Netflix anymore.
No, they keep taking off and then putting it back.
Yeah, disrespectful. So
keep that one.
I'm like, I gotta find like a replacement for that. But that used to be the go-to. And then I recently, probably like 6 months ago, watched Sex and the City for the first time.
It's actually funny.
Better than I thought it was gonna be. It's still not Girlfriends. Girlfriends is still, top 2, not 2. But I actually was surprised how good it was. I'm like, I could see that being someone's like, self-care show.
Yeah, it's funny.
And the movies are decent too.
I haven't watched the movie yet.
Not as good as the show.
Okay.
I think the first one is better than the second one. So I think you should watch the first one.
Okay, bet.
No spoilers, but it's, it wraps up a lot of things.
Oh.
So I think the first one is worth watching.
Okay,
But yeah, I think if you haven't seen any of the shows that we're talking about, any movies we're talking about, add these to your self-care. Like,
get into it.
Yeah, these are worth watching.
Yeah.
I want to know what's on your vision board right now, because you've had a very successful last couple of years, and I'm feeling like you have things that you want to accomplish that are past what you've done already.
Yeah.
So we're gonna manifest on this show. We speak things into existence. What are some of those things that you have on your vision board that you want for yourself in 2025?
I would love to do performance at Coachella. That's on my bucket list.
Okay.
I'd also love to win, or not win, but like get a plaque for my debut album. I think that'd be awesome.
Okay, album plaque.
Yeah, and I guess for my album to be nominated in some capacity, whether it be like in Canada or in the U.S. for like if it's like the U.S. like an international breakthrough or something,
or South Africa.
You know what I mean? Or South Africa too. Yes, because they love me out there. So yeah, I feel like those things would be dope, and to travel more.
Okay. Any place that you want to go that you haven't been?
South Africa is in my bucket list.
Okay. Well, 2025.
And where else? I would love to go to Greece.
Greece.
Yeah, just like a vacation.
Yeah. Greece is on my list too. I literally have a picture of Greece on my vision board, so Greece is on mine.
You know what? It's probably going to come true. Because let me tell you, before I started any of this, I put a photo of LA, Atlanta, and New York on my 2020 vision board. And that was before I was even doing music. That was like, went at the top of the year in 2020. I was working as a hostess at like a restaurant, and I put like a passport, everything. I didn't have a valid passport at the time. I never traveled, and I put all 3 of those places. And then 2021, I went to all 3 of those places. So I feel like you just got to just put it out there.
Well, you have to. That's the only way.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear that, because here's the thing. My mom went to Italy and Greece last year. No, she got robbed. Oh. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Crimes were committed. And I was this like a bad omen, like bad juju? Okay. I still want to go. Yeah. But I'll never forget that call when she told me, Adriel, we lost everything. Yeah. And I felt really bad. And I'm like, that's something that we don't think of when we think of Europe.
You know what? Yeah, or traveling really, like, it's like you kind of be extra cautious. Yeah. So like for that to happen, it's like, it's
horrible, and I feel like obviously we're targeted because her and my dad, like they're older, so I think that must have been a part of it. But I thought of it because I recently watched Taken. You talk about action movies. Oh my gosh, yes. And I said, I do like that movie. Think about the fact that he told his daughter, "Be careful, something might happen to you," and then she ends up
taken. She got took.
And I'm like, this is the movie you gotta show your kids.
Not saying just watch this.
Yeah. And I was like, it's like your dad's always right. Like that's the moral of the story. Yes. When I rewatched it, I said that wasn't the point of the movie, but now I get it. It's like, listen to your pops.
The lengths he went to find her too. He was not playing. No, he said, "I'm getting my daughter back by any means."
No, he killed half of France.
Yeah, like, it was crazy.
No, I couldn't believe it. Like watching it back, and he's old in the first one. Right. So you're this old, killing half the country.
Exactly. He had energy.
No, he's a real one. I respect it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about some of your lyrics.
Okay.
Because you have some bars on the album that I don't want you to name names. We don't need to get crazy. But I think about, imagine the person listening to this knowing this is about them. That's what I always think of when I hear some of your lyrics. I was like, damn, if this is about you, you cannot play this song.
Oh my gosh.
Now on Wolf, you start off by saying, "You piss me off. You playing in my face now. Don't pull me on your way down. Can't fool me anymore." Talk about that, because I don't want no one to say that to me in real life, period.
Yeah, I want it to be direct. You know what I mean?
Understatement of the year.
Literally just bearing my soul and explaining, like, listen, too many times I feel disrespected. So it's like I'm not even dancing around it now that I see it is what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you continuously lie. I'm just gonna say what it is, and you piss me off. That's how I feel.
It's like they got all the chances, and now
it's like no more chances. There's absolutely no more chances.
Yeah, I think starting off with like you playing in my face now. I thought of that show Temptation Island.
Oh my gosh, my brother was just showing me that show.
No,
He's like, look at this show. And I'm like, first of all, that's insane. I'm so sorry. I'm not going on a TV show with my boyfriend or potential future fiance and then putting a random partner is like, that is crazy. And then being like, please don't cheat.
No, it's a wild. Like, I didn't know it was even like that. I didn't know.
That's literally what it's like. I'm like, this is insane, guys. I don't know if I have to do that. That's a new level now.
No, that is divorce on its own.
Thank you.
The fact that we're even in casting right now, just this is the end of our relationship.
Let's just leave because we shouldn't have to do that to figure out if we need to get married.
And it's crazy because, spoiler alert, if you guys haven't seen it, but there's one couple that ends up actually getting married. They end up stronger and the guy proposes at the end of it.
Oh, I'm shocked. Okay,
so
that's good.
I'm like, wow, like this is what they're looking for.
Yeah.
There's another couple where this guy has a threesome.
Oh, no.
The second or third day there, and the girl takes him back. And I said, the range.
Bruh.
The range.
Bruh.
I said, that could not be me.
No, that's a bit hectic. Yeah.
But I'm like, that is the energy of on that show sometimes because they see what the other person does.
Yeah.
So it's very much like you're playing in my face. How dare you?
How dare you? But then it's like, you guys aren't together anymore. It's really interesting because I know the show is built basically to make you feel those feelings of like, I miss my partner. How could you do this? And they show you footage of your partner. But sometimes it's like misconstrued. Like it's actually
they don't
not
show you the full
in
story.
the way it's supposed to be. Yeah. So it's pretty interesting.
I think that show should be sponsored by BetterHelp.
Oh my God.
It's just like...
Not therapy.
What? Come on.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm strong, but I ain't that strong.
Yeah.
Like that would be the end for me.
I couldn't sit there and watch that. That would hurt my heart.
You have this other lyric on Most Wanted. Now this one, like, because you're kind of like popping your stuff on this one.
Yeah.
And I like when you're in your bag and you're just like, I'm feeling myself. This is what it is right now.
Yeah.
I feel like you do good at those records.
Thank
like,
you.
It's like
so do I. Yeah. Big up yourself.
It's like, it's like I really feel that from you. Sometimes I hate to call him out, but everyone talks about Nav and they're like, when Nav talks about sleeping with women in his songs, people say they don't believe it.
Yeah.
They're like, Nav, these girls don't like you. But it's like when you talk about hyping yourself up, I'm like, I feel like this is really her.
Yeah, that's me. Oh my gosh.
I really like those ones.
Yeah.
And this one I think is fitting for today. You said on Most Wanted, sun's out, getting hotter. You won't beg, but you wanna. You wanna see me up at the altar, take you straight to Nirvana. I know that you're hoping for more, waiting for my heart's open door. Talk about that, because I like that part right there.
It's kind of like, when you can tell that somebody's feeling you, but they're like trying to deny it, but they're also playing into it. It's just like, listen, the sun is out. It's definitely hot. It's summer. What are we doing? What are you trying to do?
They're trying to keep their gangster up.
Yeah, but like drop the ego. Like just give in to the moment. It's fine. You know what I mean?
No.
It's like, I'm hot, you're hot. It's literally hot. You know? I just think that's just like the vibe. I don't know. So you know what it is? It's too much like nonchalantness nowadays. Like people don't want to show emotions. I don't know why that's a thing now.
I'm screaming.
Like I'm somebody that very much like bears my soul. Like I'm like very much like open. Like if I'm sad, I'm sad. If I'm happy, I'm happy. There's no shame.
I want to stand up for the nonchalant group because I've been called nonchalant before.
Oh my God.
And I think that they need to be seen as well.
Okay.
But currently I'm
chalant.
I'm very chalant right now. I'm very chalant right now. So I say, if you are one of those nonchalant people, you can change.
You can change.
You can still be nonchalant to your core and then just step outside for a second, switch it up.
I think people, you know what it is? There's probably just like a feeling of like being scared of just embracing like who you actually are to somebody. And I can understand that fear. Like, nobody wants to be judged. It's a fear of judgment. But I feel like there's nothing wrong with at least knowing that if you entered into a relationship or started to like try to dive into something, that at least you tried and you like showed your actual self. And if that person really appreciates you, they're going to accept you wholeheartedly as is. And if not, then it's like, okay, then this is not for me.
Yeah,
but
you don't
I
want
have no shame in that,
Yeah, you only want someone who's going to like,
love all the parts of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Not feel like, oh, I got to like act cool now and then show my emotions later. It's like it's gonna be too much of like a pileup of emotions over time, I think.
I think we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Of like on a first date, like, do you eat with your hands? And I said, I was the only one here said I do. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll have some wings. I'll have some
I'll
mozzarella
have some wings,
sticks.
yeah.
You
I'm down with
know?
that.
And they're like, you're not worried about like stuff getting in your beard? I said, listen,
If something's in your beard,
if food in the beard is going to deter you, then we ain't meant to be.
Thank you. Like, that's a bit insane. I'm not gonna be food politics. Like, I need to eat. Like, I think I saw this. Oh no, there was this TikTok. This girl ordered like, I think she ordered 60. What are those? Those,
the clams, mussels,
something like that. The slurping thing. First of all, I can't do it. The texture looks crazy.
The slurping thing is crazy.
The texture looks hectic, but she ordered like 60 of those, and the guy was like, I'm not paying for that.
Yeah, no, that's
I totally get it though. 60 is a bit insane. But,
no, also it's like, are you eating for the week? Like,
yeah, like I don't understand.
Yeah.
There was no rush.
But like, I feel like eating with your hands, because to me, you know what I think works? I feel like the faster you get to be yourself is the more successful this relationship is going to be.
Yeah, like, exactly. And I feel like when two people are just open and honest, I think that's why communication is like super important, honestly. And like tying it back to Wolf, I think it's just, again, it's like me communicating like, I'm fed up with how you are treating me in this situation. This is not what I envisioned to be, like the person I envisioned to be with at this point. Like, if you're going to keep lying, it's like, what are we doing? I'm telling the truth. I'm being honest.
It's like, come on.
I'm opening up. You're hiding.
But I think even communicating that is part of it, because I think there's a lot of times when it's like, I might feel a way, but I'm not saying it.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping and praying that you fix up. You know, and I should probably say something.
Yeah.
But it's like,
sometimes
maybe they'll.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like,
I don't have time for maybes. Listen,
we grown.
I just like, I feel like I'm also somebody that just does not have patience for nonsense.
Noted.
So,
Noted.
I'm like,
no patience.
No patience.
No, I understand that, because I feel like you said before you've had some of those situations, and you're like, I'm not going back to that.
I'm not going back to that. Yeah, I feel like life is about, obviously, experience. You know, you're going to do everything at least once.
Yeah.
So it's like you're going to experience like the heartbreak, you're going to experience the joy. But once you realize there's certain patterns, if you want better for yourself, you're not going to try to align with the same thing. So you're not trying to waste time either. Life is, there's only a certain amount of time you have.
There's this quote that I heard that it really stuck with me, and I hated how real it was. And it said there's no such thing as dating up or dating down.
Oh.
Whoever you're with at that moment is where your energy is. And I hated that because the person I was with at that moment.
No, you're not making you reflect.
No, I said, damn.
You're like, damn it.
I'm vibrating low right now.
Oh, no, it's okay.
But I really thought about it because it's a lot of times you might be with someone who's not right or whatever it is. And you're kind of like, okay, I got to get out of this. But it's like you are part of the problem for accepting that. And you're like, okay, you know what? I'm accepting this from now on.
Totally.
And move forward.
Yeah.
So I think that's huge. My favorite song on the album, and that's not my favorite song, but one of my favorites is Down.
Oh my God, that's my favorite too.
All right, I'm on the right track. I'm on the right track.
Listen, vocally, I'm so proud of myself in that song. It's like, I haven't done anything like that yet. So I'm just like, oh, I can't wait for people to hear this.
Okay. So tell us about it, because when I heard it, that's the first song that I played more than once right away, because I was kind of like, there's not something like this that you have before. And I was like, maybe I'm not familiar. That's what I thought. Like, maybe I'm not familiar. Maybe you've done this before, but it felt different to me on first listen. So talk about that.
Oh man, like the chord progression, shout out Casey and Rex. We're like the Caribbean trio. We also did Most Wanted together. So they're the ones behind that as well, which is so cool because two different vibes.
Very different, yeah.
And so Rex was playing the guitar and I was like, it'd be really cool if you gave me like some like indie type chords. Like I don't want like the regular type of progressions. I want something a bit different. And so there's actually a video I posted on Instagram when we made it the first time around. And so you could see me like singing into the melodies. And then that same day we cut the song. And I just love it. Like I think it's just a really good depiction of just how it feels to kind of like want to be with somebody, but they're also weighing you down.
Yes.
And it's like they don't really see how it's affecting you. And it's like you want to hold on, but it's like you also are wondering like, I gotta let go at some point because this is not helping me progress. It's not helping me move forward. It's not helping me think clear. I need clarity, So the whole song is just really about being just like feeling really heavy and just feeling like this is not it, but I don't know what to do.
I feel like that energy is even in the chords of the song,
Yes,
which is why it stood out so much. Is like you have the story being told like in the actual production and in the lyrics. And I'm like, this is some song that you can like feel heavy listening to it. It's almost like I don't ever want to relate to her.
Yeah.
Like this is that record where you're like, oh song.
Totally.
It's like what you're going through.
It's like,
I don't want
it's
it.
supposed to tug on your heartstrings. So I'm glad it's doing that.
No, 100%. But that's what I felt. I said, thank God that I don't know nothing about this.
You're like, thank God that's over for me.
Yeah, like, no, but I think that means that the song did well because it really fit the emotion of like, oh, like this is something we can feel.
Yes.
So, I like that one a lot. You said that you knew that Hello was going to be a big song right away. What about Hello made you feel like that? Because I feel like that's almost a talent in itself to know that about a song as it's being made.
I don't know what it is, but I had the same feeling, with Hello and with Bloom. And it was just in the studio. Like when I was making it, I was like, this is going to be a big song. Like I just felt it. And so like, I think it's maybe just in the chords. The chords made me feel really good. And I feel like when I'm really enjoying myself when I'm singing in the studio, I start like smile. So you can hear, there's a difference when I'm cutting a song and I'm like not smiling. And then when I'm smiling, I can hear it.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm smiling a lot in this hook. Like, I feel like this is going to be a good song. And every time that like that, the half part of the chorus. Some things really happen for the better. Like that part is so true. Like, I feel like there's so many experiences in life where I was like, oh, this sucked that this didn't happen. But then now when I look back, I'm like, I'm kind of glad things didn't work out the way I thought they would because something better usually is always around the corner anyway. And like whatever's meant for me will never miss me. So if it's not for me, that's okay. You know? And I feel like that song even vibrates really high. So when people listen to it, they're like, this song just reminds me that everything's going to be okay. And I'm like, that's exactly what I'm trying to relate to people.
And I think the energy of the song feels true. Yeah. Because I think there's sometimes when the lyrics of a song aren't actually true to what's going on. It's like we're trying to make this song. More than the actual feeling is turning into the music.
Exactly. So, there's so much energy in music. Like in all the songs, like whatever I'm singing about is like how I'm feeling at the time. And so I think that's also why people love this like relatability with the music that I put out. It's like, oh, I love this and I'm going through this, or maybe I love this and I just love the energy it makes me feel. And I feel like that's why artists do such a good job at like pulling at your heartstrings and making you emotional when you hear sad songs, or like Janae Aiko. Love her music. It's very high vibrational. Like she makes stuff that makes you just feel like you're floating. And I love that about music.
Yeah. It's like whatever you're saying, I can believe that you feel that way. If you say you're pissed off, I think you're pissed off. Yeah. So 100%. And Bloom, I think too.
Yes.
I can understand you thinking Bloom was gonna be big right away, and I like hearing Bloom on the project now because it's like you heard it by itself for so long, but even on the project it still pops. Yes, and I was like, okay, that's the true test of like how the song stands. So I like kind of how it is in the project. What are you most proud of with this album?
I'm really proud of my growth in terms of like lyricism. Really like being able to like connect and showcase like exactly how I'm feeling in words, but also finding a way to obviously still make it sound cool.
Yes.
I'm really proud of like my vocal ability. The older that I get, I'm finding I'm able to do more cool things with my voice and like my vocal layering and stuff like that, and like doing vocal production in general. It makes me so excited to get in the studio and like lay down some harmonies and like think of like cool like ad libs and floaty stuff, like adds texture to the songs. So I'm really proud of that as well. And I'm just proud of overall just growth. Like being able to like make new friends, collaborate with more people, more songwriters, producers, engineers, like shout out all of these people because like they're what also help, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I feel like it's just like a mix of all these things. It's just being able to just meet new people and create more dope music.
Snaps for the growth. Snaps for the growth. No, we love that. We love that. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Junos.
Cool.
Okay, it's not your first rodeo. Okay, you've been there before. For anyone who's unfamiliar with the Junos, like what would you kind of explain some of like what that experience was like for you when you went the first time? Because it's not your first time around no more. So talk about what your first time was like and what that meant to you going to the Junos.
Oh my God, the first time was so much fun because it was hosted in Toronto, so we actually didn't have to fly anywhere. So that was saving the cost there. And we had so much fun though. We stayed at like the one hotel. Yeah, it was so cool. I got to meet Deborah Cox. You get to just meet everybody in the industry. Really, music is a vibe. Everybody's just having a great time celebrating. And even though like that year I was nominated, and I didn't have that much faith that I was gonna win that year too, because I saw I was up against the Weeknd. So I was like, you know what? Even if I don't get
Fair.
it. It started going from like, oh, and then I'm like, now that I think about it, I might not, but that's okay. That's okay. I was just happy to be there. Like my family was there. The Sony team was there. We all had just a great time. I feel like it's just a time of like good energy. It's a good time to connect, to meet other fellow industry folk. Like if you're an artist or a songwriter, it's good to connect with these people, producers, other people who work in the labels. Like, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like I think it's a good time for you to network yourself and just like get familiar with other faces. So that way it's like after this stuff, you can still connect with them and like build those relationships with people.
Yeah. The one in Toronto I thought was very cool because it was like after the pandemic.
Yeah, and it was hot too. It was like summer weather. Hell. It was great.
But it was like seeing people who you had only emailed with.
Yeah.
Like that was such a fun experience.
Zoom call.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Zoom era. I will not go back.
And there were so many people who it's like, by the time they tell me their name, I'm like, we've been talking and we've been talking before this.
Yeah.
And then the people who you hadn't seen before in a long time. But I think you're right. The community, that's like, it feels like the moment in Canada where the music community is the biggest.
Totally.
It's like you see everyone, everyone's hanging out. Yeah. And you see people who are like, I didn't expect to see you here, but.
Yeah. And then there's some people that may recognize you that you haven't even met yet on the internet. And you're like, oh. And they're like, oh, you're the one that does da-da-da-da-da. And you're like, oh, sick. You know my stuff.
No, those are the crazy moments when someone's like, yeah. And I'm like.
It puts into perspective, though, how far your stuff reaches people, so that's good.
Have you met anyone who you thought they were cool and that kind of made you want to listen to their music more? Like you didn't know them really, but then you met them and you're like, you know what? I want to check them out and see what they're about.
You know what? It's more so actually, like there's like a voting process that happens during the Junos. So it's more so I like to sit down and like look at all like the nominees, and I actually take some time and listen and like take in new music. So it's more like that, honestly, how I discover more people around in Toronto. I can't lie. I don't think I've met somebody and been like, oh, let me like go dive into their stuff more. I think I probably maybe have never been like familiar with their stuff. So I've already been listening, to be honest. Yeah. I
think the fact that Junos added that for the voting actually helps. Because I remember my first year voting and seeing some categories, I know one artist.
Yeah.
And I'm here like,
but I want to be fair. That's why. So I'm really glad they added that in there.
Yeah, because it's like, I would do the work of like trying to go and find their stuff, but I'm like, I don't listen to the wrong song. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know you got one song out of me.
You know what I mean?
I feel you. Yeah. So it's good. Yeah.
But I like that they added that because it's at the time to kind of like learn about artists you didn't know before.
Other people that I didn't know before in all categories. So I'm like, oh, this is a cool country song. This is a cool rock song.
Yeah.
God, this is a dope pop track. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, and I feel like over the past few years they've been getting it right way more often of terms of who's been nominated and the songs they've been nominated for. So big shout out to the Junos.
Yeah, big
shout out to the Junos. Okay, so I want to hear about what your plans are for the future. Okay, now when everyone gets $100 million, they get an exotic animal. Okay. I don't make the rules. This is how it goes down.
Oh my God.
Michael Jackson with his monkey.
Okay.
Justin Bieber with his monkey.
I hit a monkey. Oh my God.
Mike Tyson with his tiger.
Oh my gosh.
So $100 million somehow equals getting an animal in your life. So when you get to $100 million, what animal are you bringing into your life?
Oh my God. This is all hypothetical because I would not do that. But I'll tell you, panda. I've loved pandas, but I know they're endangered. So like, I don't know if I should do that.
That's cute.
But yeah, I love pandas. They're so, I don't know. I just picked that animal as like my favorite animal as a kid, and I've just loved it ever since.
No, panda and penguin?
Yes. Penguins are adorable. They like flop on their bellies.
Yeah. Chris, has anyone said panda before? I don't think so, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the first. Yeah. Wow. I actually like that one. Again, that would be a lot to kind of have that in the crib.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. They got to have their own kind of guest house just for the panda.
They definitely have to have a separate guest house. Yeah. So they can just chill, eat bamboo.
Yeah. And I think too, when choosing the exotic animals, some of these people are choosing animals that are vicious.
Oh my gosh.
You know?
Like I'm not choosing a snake. So, like, say I forget to feed it, it's gonna start choking me.
Come on.
I'm good.
Like, a lot of people have chosen Black Panther.
Oh my gosh.
People have chosen elephants.
Oh my gosh. You know what actually is friendly-ish? Because, like, lions and lions are part of, like, the cat family.
Yeah.
So, like, some people have found a way to, like, befriend, like, lions and lionesses or whatever. And, like, I'm like, hey, I mean... Sure, no. It'll purr like a giant cat, but I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know.
I watched Tiger King.
Same.
I'm cool.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
I'm all the way good off that.
When the tiger bit off that woman's arm and she came back to work.
What? What?
I was like,
okay, maybe I missed.
I was like, nah, that's toxic.
That's
like,
in there? I didn't see that part.
One of the workers, bit off her arm. She came back to work. I was like, that's toxic. This is like when your ex is doing you dirty.
Yeah,
and you stay around.
Oh my God.
I would have quit the whole business, the whole industry.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nah, so I can't do that. And I think personally, like my family's Jamaican. Being in Jamaica, you see a different side of like how animals are quote unquote treated. Not saying it's like animal cruelty.
Oh God.
But it's not like here where the dogs have a North Face jacket. Yeah.
My
dogs and cats sleep outside.
Place, they would sleep on the veranda.
Yeah, and no, the cat don't even have a name. This cat is nameless, sleeping outside.
I didn't know that.
It's like in Canada, the dog got its own drip. They got a chain on. They're wearing Nikes.
I can't wait to get a puppy because I'm definitely doing that with my dog. Yeah, it's gonna wear like a little coat.
No, 100%. My brother got a dog. It's a little Chihuahua.
Oh my God!
And it has like a North Face jacket.
My cousin has a Chihuahua.
And I'm just like,
I can't.
I'm like, it's gonna be me, man. As dumb as I feel like it is, I know that it's gonna be me because my dog can't be out here
dripless. Exactly.
Come on.
Like if you're stepping, pup's got to step too.
Like father, like son.
You gotta, match my fly.
Yeah, and we can't be at the dog park and you got the worst drip.
Drip. Yeah, don't run around here making me look crazy like you're not fed and housed.
Embarrassing me in front of company.
It's funny. My cousin has 2 huskies, and every time when I'm on FaceTime with him and he's walking his dogs, he's like, Sasuke and Sega, fix up. You guys are embarrassing me.
The dogs are Jamaican.
I don't know what's going on, but I'll be like, are you okay over there? He's like, yeah, they just started acting crazy. I'm like, oh God. Like,
I'm like, I can't. That's the funny part because I feel like, again, like I have a cousin who he's born in Jamaica and raised in Jamaica and has a dog now. Yeah. And I'm like, you're disappointing your whole entire lineage because that's not how they get down in Jamaica. But he loves this dog. It's a whole different lifestyle.
Lets the dog sleep on the bed. I would do that. I puppy sat my friend's dog before and I let her sleep on the bed.
Nah. Listen, I'm definitely a dog person over a cat person. Yeah. For sure.
I like both, but I'm scared. I want to get a cat, but I'm so scared that it's going to scratch my couch. I love my couch more. I can't lie. Other than that, I would have got a cat.
I cast that from my friend maybe in December. Yeah. And that cat is mischievous.
Oh, really?
And it was not allowed in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Ashley, don't even watch this. It's not allowed in the bedroom. Yeah. The first night I wake up, the cat is above me like this.
Oh, my gosh.
Just standing there.
Oh, my God.
I said, take a picture. Like, and that's what I'm saying. It's mischievous because say I would go to the washroom and leave the door cracked. Oh, it would push through the door and then hide right away.
Oh my God.
And it would go in the door and just hide in the closet. And
it's like what's going on
in a bin. I'm like, this is not Scooby-Doo hide and seek. So cats can't be trusted, I think, obviously.
Oh my God. I like cats.
And then when cats and dogs are together, the cat's always terrorized.
They're best friends though. Sometimes they actually get along. I see the TikToks.
They are, but the power dynamic feels uneasy to me.
Okay.
You know how the cat's always run things and the dog is always cowering in fear?
I know, yeah.
I'm like, that doesn't feel right to me.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I love cats, but I just don't know about the mix. Yeah. I don't know about the mix.
That's fair. Yeah.
So where are you at with the ice cream? I see a big puddle.
Guys, I'm so sorry. Eva, love y'all. The ice cream is a lot. And I just eat really slow. But
you weren't
does
lying.
Taste good.
You weren't lying.
I like the caramel bits in it too.
Yeah, no, it's like real apple pie in there, honestly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I'm tasting the oatmeal.
Yeah, no.
A lot of notes.
Okay, food blogger.
Oui.
I'm screaming. So we have the segment on the radio show called Wednesday Wisdom. Mm-hmm. We ask for a motivational quote or saying either you remind yourself of or the people around you. So what's that quote for you that's kind of always running through your mind?
Oh my gosh, yeah. My grandma always tells me that the sky is the limit. She's like, you can do anything that you put your mind to. And she's like, and remember, the sky is the limit. I was like, yes, Grandma. That's literally how my grandma talks. All this vibrato in her voice. I love her so much. Shout out Grandma Taliba. Yeah. But yeah, she always tells me that. And she's instilled that in me from since I was younger. And even more so now because she knows I do this music stuff. So she's always like, I'm so proud of you. And she's like, keep going. I think I FaceTimed her when I was on tour as well for her birthday. And she reminded me, remember to pray and the sky's the limit and you could do anything.
Always remember to pray.
Yeah, right? Yeah. yeah. They always tell you that, all the elders.
No.
Remember to pray. Did you pray? And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I will pray. I'll pray.
There's that meme going around, if your elders see you post on Facebook, before they tell you look good, they'll tell you to pray.
Pray, yes.
It'll girl, you look good. Give your life to God.
Yes. Oh my God.
Like, let me
It's
live.
so true. Like, damn, okay, let me just turn up a little bit. Thank you. That's so funny.
No, it's same for me. Like, literally, anything I do,
Caribbeans.
my dad goes, when you come to church to preach? I said, never.
Dude, you on the pulpit. Hey, you might not do bad though.
No, I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah,
Absolutely
that's so funny.
not.
But yes.
I want to thank everyone for joining us on this episode of The Cool Table. If you guys want to hear the radio show live, you can hear it every Wednesday at 11 a.m. metradio.ca, CJTM in Toronto. Find us on Instagram at The Cool Table Live, on YouTube at The Cool Table. And until next time, know yourself, know your worth.